the stream. I am back with some more Maplestory, and today is just gonna be another casual stream. Because I guess the new stuff won't start until Thursday. I would say tomorrow, which would be Wednesday by the time I'm doing this. However, that's not gonna happen because they're doing maintenance on Wednesday. And also, it's gonna last for like 7-ish hours, I think. I think 7 hours, that's what I read. I don't know. Who knows? It doesn't matter because this will be uploaded right after, like sometime after anyway, so it's fine. Anyways, to fix everything. So obviously, between streams, I got my desk changed. So now I have a new table in front of me. More room to put stuff. There's no random clutter. I'm not putting my art tablet on the floor anymore. And before anyone asks, no, I am not accidentally stepping on my tablet. It is out of the way. And also, my arcane symbols are about to level up, but because I don't have a lot of mesos, I'm not gonna bother messing with those right now. Is a snake head on a line? I don't know. Also, for some reason, Arcana always has loud music, and I don't know why. Anyways, I'm just gonna do some grinding a bit so I could get the coin maxed out for today. Fish other penguins into the water just despite their bird god for making them bloodless. Okay, that's nice to know. Anyways, what was I thinking about? Like a moment ago. Now to sit in this map for like, I don't know, until I get all the coins I need for today, the points. I should be careful when I use that skill. I keep forgetting the music changes. I mean, it's a useful skill, but I kind of don't like talking over the music. Anyways, so something a little random, but when did it... Okay, like about 2 days ago, I was just like thinking about stuff, and I was also kind of bored because, you know, when you've been mostly staying at home for like 4 months, it kind of gets boring after a while. So like, randomly, I decided like, you know what? I'm gonna paint my nails. So I did. 2 days ago, I painted my toenails, and yesterday I painted the nails on my hand, but I actually removed them on my hand because I don't know. Well, one, when I paint my nails, I kind of overdo the paint, so it kind of gets very, like, bulky on my nails. And it also got in the way a lot, because I was like, I'm not used to this, because I use my hands a lot for, like small tasks and eating, so... So yeah, I don't have nail polish on my hands anymore. Okay, that was weird. The audio stopped. But anyways, like the whole point of why I did that is because I kind of thought to myself, you know what? I kind of want to paint my nails in theme of what come across in my head, like think about. And of course, as I decided to add on the stream, I thought about movies. And specifically the one I watched recently. And I was like, I have these pastel colors and somehow fits perfectly, so I decided to paint my nails those colors. And yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, I at least like back on Friday, at least then, because I kind of reopened the tag like 3 times over 3 days. I looked through the tag on Tumblr, and now if anyone ever checks my Tumblr likes, and if anyone wants a link to my Tumblr, it's below, you would probably see a good number of posts related to that movie that I like, just like bits of fan art. And I think one of the posts, if I'm correct, is actual GIFs from the movie. And at the same time, I'm also like, I hope my friend doesn't see that, because I kind of want her to see the movie without being aware of what happens. Anyways, yeah, so I saw a lot of posts, and I'm like, I will be honest, I'll be honest, I looked at the tag from just the name of the movie. I did not search any of the characters, and, well, obviously, I've seen a lot of fan art. Not just that, there is so much ship fan art of these 2 characters, and I'm like, oh my god. I know it's only been a year since it came out, but that's a lot of fan art that I've seen. Obviously, I, honestly don't mind. I mean, it's cute, but it's like, I don't know what to say. Just being a bit of a fangirl. Maxed out of ambition yet. I'm trying to max out ambition as my next trait. Anyway, so yeah, I saw a lot of ship fan art, and yeah. Oh yeah, and also speaking of which, yesterday I looked up one of the voice actors, because I was curious to like, okay, I know I recognize English. Okay, by the way, I watched the dub of the movie, and but the point being, I looked up one of the voice actors, because even though I knew I recognized him, because he voiced in a lot of like animes, video games I've seen or played or whatever, but I just wanted to double check. And while I was doing that, I learned that he voiced over 300 characters in his entire time as a voice actor, I think. But basically, he played a lot of characters. And I'm like, that's a lot of roles. I mean, I get it. It's like he's a very professional voice actor, and, been in the community for a long time, and even like did live action stuff, but still, that's so many roles. And soon enough, I'm gonna start out voice acting too, and I'm like only gonna have like very few roles from the beginning, because I'll be a new voice actor and all that. But still, that's a lot of roles. Basically, the reason I searched that voice actor up is because I wanted to make sure it's like he did voice this one character, right? Even though I clearly recognized him when I watched the movie. But it doesn't hurt to check because I didn't pay attention to the credits when I finished watching it. So I didn't see and pay attention to seeing the English voice actors listed. I'm still salty about that because I'm like, why did I do this? Okay, let's go loot these items. Okay, always get the bounty portals. I got flag. I am so close to 230. Soon enough, I'm going to be starting the next area in Arcane River, and I will stream it. Because, you know, I did stream Arcana and Lachelaine. A little bit of EXP. When you're the higher level you get in this game, the harder it is to see like the progress moved on the bar. Oh, makes sense. You need like billions of EXP now just to level up. And also, there's also like KMS with the level 240 dungeon, and I'm like, if I'm ever gonna play that, I need to continuously train my character in this game, my main. But of course, I keep derping around and doing other things, so I haven't really made progress on EXP. I did make progress a few days ago, so like at least got like 15% of EXP from just grinding for like an hour, so I think it was more of an hour and a half, but I don't know. I was keeping track because of the Maple Relay. Anyways, what was I talking about before? I was thinking about like, yeah, I was thinking about the movie I watched. And yeah, so yeah, I double checked the voice actor. Yes, they were the voice actor of one of the characters. I mainly looked it up because, even though I knew, because I've heard his voice work for a long time, it didn't hurt to double check, and I learned an interesting fact about how many characters he has played over the course of his like time as like a voice actor. I think it's mixed live action, but I don't know. I just know he does voice a lot in anime. Mainly LA based stuff. He doesn't really voice in like Funimation or anything. I mean, he has done a few like Funimation related like dubbing stuff. But like, it's usually reprisal, like role reprisal. Or specific exceptions. Wait, has he voiced? Now that I think about it, I don't know. I know he voiced in Black Clover as a character. And also the second My Hero movie, but that's all I could recall right now. And again, it's like also outside of role reprisal because he did return as a voice in the Danganronpa anime. So, anyways, yeah, as I was saying, before that, I can't get over There's so much fan art. And also, the movie's only been out for a year, so it kind of makes sense that people are still getting into it, because it's only now, this year, that the physical copy's coming out. But it's, okay, it's July 21st right now, by the time I'm doing the stream. From what I checked, I think the physical copy comes out on August 4th. I am still getting that physical copy. Just the movie. I heard that there were like limited edition stuff. It's like when they announced that, I was like, I didn't even know what the movie was at the time when I saw all that stuff. So it's like, why would I get something I didn't know well at the time? I don't know. I think there was. I don't know. It's been weeks. It's been months. I saw that stuff back in like, I think April? I don't know. Basically, it's been a long time. Substantial damage. It's kind of hard to get a lot of damage here. Kind of makes sense, but, you know. Anyways, but yeah, it kind of makes sense that there's, like, a lot of, like, fan art and, like, posts being made. I guess the movie hasn't been out for, like, it's only been out for, like, a little over a year, so... Actually, can you really say a little over a year if it's been technically a year and 2 months? I don't know. But yeah, I've seen a lot of posts, a lot of fan art, and yeah. I still can't get over the fact that I only heard about it just like back in March. Somehow, I didn't even know it existed. It existed for a year now, but I didn't know it was a, like, you know, it was a movie or it even existed at all until like March. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if I've seen anything about it before. Which is definitely something, considering I've been following one of the voice actors for like since Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Be that, or it could be I clearly didn't pay attention, or the dubbing, the movie dub was much later, which I'm gonna guess maybe, although it's been on my TV for a while, so, like, actually, no, never mind. You know what, never mind, I don't think it's been a while, like, in that case. I was going to say maybe, but thinking about it, I'm like, I doubt it. Also, now that I mention it, I mentioned Black Clover randomly, and I'm like, I should really catch up with that. It'll take a while for episodes to come out, considering, you know, circumstances, but it's also a good reason to, like, you know, catch up. I haven't caught up yet, but I already have ideas of what's going on, just because I kept seeing the voice actors post about, like, hey, I voiced this, and they showed GIFs of what happens, as well as, like, Funimation posting stuff. Basically, a lot of things going on, making me think. Okay, do I want to say this? I kind of don't. I think that's it. I want to say. Even though it is partially tempting to keep talking about it. But yeah, definitely a movie I like. I actually kind of want to watch it again. Now that I think about it. Oh yeah, now that I just remember, I saw a post, and it was someone to share GIFs, but I read the replies to a post, and people commented that the way this one part is animated, it's like, how do I put this? It's gonna be so embarrassing to say because I'm like, I don't want to say this, but I kind of have to. So there's this one part in the movie that I obviously okay. Actually, let me back that a little bit. People talked about this one part of the movie, which I saw in a GIF, and on Tumblr, by the way. I look on Tumblr. And people commented that the way this character moves their hands around, like, while just saying stuff, I don't know what's happening, but actually, no, I don't remember what they said in the scene, is what I mean, because it's been like 2 weeks now since I watched the movie, but basically, people said that it's suggestive, I think. Not the dialogue, just like the animation there, and obviously, it's more like, how do I put this? I really don't know how to say this. Basically, people said things, and I'm like, well, when I watched the movie, I never thought about that or even think about that when I saw anything animated throughout the entire thing. Well, I mean, except for one part, which made me like think. Even though I knew, I'll explain that later. But basically, I was so innocent that I never caught on to any sort of like specific animations that may have happened in the movie, such as what the people have been saying in this one post. But now that people said it, I'm gonna pay attention to it if I ever watch it, and I'm like, dang it. It was easier to not think about it. Then again, I probably wouldn't even notice the second time anyway, so I don't think it's gonna matter. All I know is that what people were talking about and what it, obviously in the GIF is from the second half of the movie. So like, definitely when things, how do I put this? I honestly don't know how to put this because I'm not good at describing stuff. It's pretty much like the halfway point of the movie onwards. So like the second half of it. I know that it has to be the second half because I was sort of paying attention to the clock on. Basically, my TV has like the time like listed on the, what's it called? VHR or some the cable device. I don't know what it is, but I don't know TVs. But it's the part of the TV that lets you like. I think it is still like related to cable because I rented the movie and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't get TVs. It's weird. But basically, there's a clock on it, so I saw the time like once in a while as I watched a movie. And the movie's 2 hours long, so I kind of could tell like when it was the halfway point easily. But yeah, so like a lot of these things happen in the second half movie when I don't want to talk about. I don't want to describe it. I want people to watch it because it's still pretty new. I can't get over that. I didn't even hear about it until this year. It's like, where have I been living for me to not know it existed? But yeah. Anyways, as I sort of briefly mentioned earlier, I know I mention this every stream because I can't get over the fact that my brain, when I saw this moment, despite knowing what it actually was, I couldn't help but fangirl a bit. when I saw it because it didn't help that I actually did see fan art before I watched the movie, so, yeah. Of course, my brain kind of was like, yeah, all flustered and like, I don't know what to say. I'm just like, so when I think about that, I'm just like, I just can't get over how flustered I was when I saw that happen. I mean, obviously I knew what happened, and I was, obviously when I watched it, I was like, oh no, don't actually let this happen, because, you know, of what was happening. And then this happens, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Get over that! No! Obviously, and also when I looked through the tag, considering all the fan art and reading some responses, people have definitely thought the same thing as me when they reacted, when they saw that part, outside of the bit of emotionalness it also had as well. So yeah, I'm not the only one who kind of had my brain think that way about a certain part of a movie, and I can't. I can't. Oh my gosh. I don't want to think about it. Nope. Let's not think about it. It's making me distracted. You know, I'm doing quite well right now in the game, but still. Boos are raining down from the sky. Okay, that's a random chair. Okay, now with so much money. I need a lot of mesos to upgrade these symbols. I know I have some stored, but I'm also like, I don't want to use those yet. I didn't really point this out earlier in stream, but I did change the look of the clothes on my android here. The little, like, character following me. Because the outfit I put on her, which was, like, a free NX outfit I got when Angelic Buster was first released. The one I had on her, which was that, I didn't like it so much. It didn't, like, because my character was more like lighter colors. So I pretty much spent 200 coins a day buying the Azure Bear set or something, whatever it's called, Azure. And yeah, that's what's on my android right now. And I put a cape because it's this Serenoid one, so it had the wings and other things. There you go. Got that done. Okay, for some reason I thought I heard something, but I didn't. Okay, anyways. Think about it. I just want to talk to people about the movie so much because I just want to have a time where I'm like talking about it and stuff. Also, thanks to that movie, I feel like I mean, I could have cemented it ages ago considering how many stories I've seen and characters. But like, I feel like it's so common of a dynamic for like there to be like you have these like at least like two characters that are guys. One of them is basically, if we're using TV trope terms here, it's basically the red Oni and the blue Oni. Basically, the hot-blooded character and the other character and the other one. Let me say this again. Basically, to say it's like the TV trope: red Oni, blue Oni. The red Oni being the hot-blooded type character, the blue Oni being the cool, collected type character. And I feel like that dynamic is so common among characters that are guys that I'm like, a lot of series I've seen has that dynamic to the point that it is almost always the dynamic where like characters that fit that dynamic always get shipped together, and I'm like, okay. I mean, it's usually not because of fans. I mean, well, yeah, because, you know, we ship. It's normal for us to like pairings, but it's also to the point that, like, depending on the series, it's outright canon that it's a pairing, basically. And of course, I'm saying that I'm sort of thinking on the side of, well, there's Seraph the End, and it's very much canon. Although whether there will be reciprocation of feelings is currently up for debate, considering what clearly happened. But I don't want to say too much because, you know, Seraphian has reached to a point that everything talking about it is a major spoiler, so yeah. But yeah, that dynamic, the red Oni, blue Oni dynamic, I don't know what's an easier way to call it. I mean, I'm calling it by the TV trope term, but I don't know what the dynamic is normally, if there is one. Like, it's like that, like, hot-blooded character, calm, collected character, like, type duo thing. And it's like, that is so common now that I tend to be drawn to a series that has that. Like, most animes, mangas, movies, whatever, like, most of the ones I get into always has that dynamic. And it's not a bad thing, because I actually like it. But I can't help but notice it happens so much to the point that it's like, depending on the series, when there's a dynamic like that, the characters are likely paired together. Either in canon, or fans just like it. Like to think that, because of the chemistry. But yeah. Oh yeah, Tales of Zestiria has a dynamic too. And also Berseria, but in that case, it's the characters are girls, not boys. Okay, I have no idea what's going on in the game chat, but it seems like these, like, 3 people are saying a bunch of random things. With the channel thing? I don't know what it's called. Basically, if anyone obviously plays this game, you would notice there's usually messages that are popping up in the top right corner. I have those disabled, so you never see them in my streams at all. but they happen a lot. And thankfully I disabled it because it shakes the whole screen sometimes, depending on what it is, and it really gets annoying, so... What else I was gonna say? Actually, I pretty much talked a lot about, like, what I'm thinking of. Also, now that I think about the dynamic, like, in some of the series I gotten into, that dynamic is always like this. Like, the hot-blooded type character... Okay, this is going to be among, like, two guys, by the way. Not in the shipping sense. Let's ignore the shipping sense in this explanation. Basically, I get into a lot of series where there's like, okay, you have like these two guys that are main characters, in their respective series. And of course, we're going back to the TV trope, red Oni, blue Oni for this. In this case, you have the one that's hot-blooded, as a hot-blooded type character. And then you have the other one who is the blue Oni, the calm, collected type character. And here's the thing. In most series I've gotten into now, the hot-blooded one is always normal. But the calm and collected one is always the one that is not, like, normal in the... Like... How do you put this? Basically, in Tales of Zestiria, you have the two guys, right? Basically, they're childhood friends, and, one has always been human. The other, I won't say anything, but he's not human. But he has aged like human. Basically, there's this weird thing with Seraphim in, Tales of Zestiria and Berseria, but they're not called Seraphim, they're called Malakim. Where, like, they have weird aging, and it's like they could choose to age or some, I don't know, it's weird. But... anyways, so yeah, like in the case is like the characters are human, in the terms of what they are. Or like there's something inhumane about them. Like, yeah, like for example, I mean like as in like one character could be human and the other could be an elf, for, you know, as an example. Like, that's like a good example I could put out there. And it's like, I have seen so many series where it was basically like that. You had the hot-blooded character who's 100, well, not really 100%, but basically, put it simply, human. Like, a human being. And then you have this other character who pretty much has the form of a human being, but they're identified as something else. Or, you know, has something special about them that doesn't make them completely, you know, human in the biological sense. And I've seen, in the top of my head right now, I can name 3 different series that has that, like, dynamic and those particular traits. I know there's more series, but I can't kind of name them on the top of my head. If anyone watches this, feel free to say anything. And that includes the VOD as well, because I feel like this is definitely something I could just, like, think about. Like, I could just talk about, because it's an interesting, like, you know, yeah. Anyways, let me go back now because we've been grinding for a while. I want to play another character. lot of extra stuff. I guess the whole point of like what I just talked about is like, because of like now with that movie, like it's now another series where it has that dynamic, and I obviously don't mind it. Because I like that dynamic, but it's like I have known so many series that are like this now that it's like it's not even a coincidence. It can't be a coincidence. I mean, it is, obviously, but when I think about it, it's like it sort of doesn't feel like a coincidence. Okay, let me go do this real quick. Oh yeah, and also, actually, let me go hide the screen real quick so you guys don't see me enter my pick number. Okay, disassemble this. Okay, so these are all my nose stone stuff. Okay, that's it. Anyways, let's go do the Maple TV. Maple Tour thing. Because I am trying to get some mesos. Okay, let me go check my wages. Okay. I'm doing them on this character now because I've been doing them on my arc, but it's kind of getting more and more difficult to do so because this part of the whole thing is ridiculous. Something I said in like the stream I did River City in, I was actually right. Like, yes, there is going to be another area added to Arcane River within this whole summer update stuff. Because just recently Maplestory just announced like the second part of this whole like summer update stuff, which is why the maintenance is gonna be so long tomorrow because they have to add the new stuff and all that. Yeah. So yeah, the next area is Yum Yum Island. For the boss, I think it's going to be exactly the same as how the one in Reverse City went. Because in Reverse City, you notice that... Okay, I cut it short in the video. You would notice that I did... Notice that there, like, if you notice between, like, the starting point, I cut it out, and the end of the starting point... You will notice that the time is, there's like 14 minutes have passed. I'm doing the exact same thing with that stream because I'm not going to let you guys watch me wait around for like 14 minutes to have a boss defeated if that's the case. So yeah. I do kind of find it ridiculous because it's like, I get what they're getting at, but it's also like, I kind of just want to get it done. Like, the boss. Where it's like... Anyways. But yeah. Knowing that might happen again anyway with like the boss. Like the storyline boss, I will cut it out of the VOD so you don't have to deal with it. thinking about it, that's kind of why it takes a while for my character, because the level here is 209. Let's go check our wages. Okay, at least like 9 mil I get per thing, like twice per day. It's gonna be a while. Okay, let's see what else I can do. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention this at the start. Oops, that's the wrong button. I also did this. So as you can see, I have basically did a lot of achievement grinding, like just because I wanted to do so. And got a silver for like the ranking now. Of course, it'll be a while to reach gold, considering there's probably not enough to get that anyway. But I have gotten silver. In between the time, I did a lot of stuff. And also, you know, I don't know if I actually mentioned this, but I did mention that, I did this drum quest and was like, okay, I'm not gonna do anymore, never again. However, I got bored on some days and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the other drum quest. After about several hours of rage, I have done it. I have done all these jump quest related things and got this achievement for doing it. And this will be the only time, hopefully nothing happens, this will be the only time I am doing jump quests in the game. I mean, I also did the Ludibrium one. And also a lot of these I can't really do because I actually have to be like level 260 to get the rest of them. Or something. But where is it? I never did a Root Abyss. Oops. What was it called? Ludibrium. I did all the theme dungeon stuff. I think. And for some of them, I don't know if I want to actually play through all those like so many times. Because they're really story-centered, and it's like I had to play through the story 10 times just to get it done. Where is it? Where's Ludibrium? Okay, I'm gonna do this real quick, and then I'm gonna switch characters, grind on different character, and go from there. Okay, fame increasing quest. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So basically, one of these quests is missing mechanical parts. And that's a jump quest. One that I do not like at all because of how ridiculous it is. And it took me about... like probably 20-30 minutes to do it. I did scream a lot because I was really upset. I know I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to do it once to get the achievement. I did, and of course, never again. I am never doing those again, ever. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's what happened. But anyways, I'm gonna switch characters. So, oops, that's... I'm gonna switch characters. I don't know which character I'm gonna switch to, but we'll figure it out. I gained 4% EXP today, which is nice. Okay, let's see. I don't want to play my Ho Young today. Let me go play one of my older characters. I forgot I'm in this map. to switch characters a bit. So this is my Blaster character, right? Yeah, Blaster. I never really played this character, but where am I supposed to go with this quest? Okay, I have gotten in this quest and have no idea where to go. Okay, this doesn't really help me. Okay, you know what? Different character. I don't want to play this character. Okay, let's see. I have so many characters, but I don't know what to pick because, you know, I have so many characters. You know what? Let's go on my Demon Slayer character in this game. It's weird seeing Demon Slayer a little bit because, you know, there's a series, there's an anime manga called Demon Slayer, so that's what's kind of throwing me off a bit. Okay. Okay, we are back. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Now let's do all this stuff. Okay, obviously this is my burning character. Anyways, this is my burning character of this part of the thing. Of course I did not level 200. Because, you know, I got lazy. So, yeah. The thing ends tonight anyway, at like 8 p.m. Eastern, but I kind of don't care, so. And also, I maxed out skills on this character. I do not have the thing. I kind of just want this character to be level 200 though. So I can have them on the Legion board. Anyways, I just mostly want to play a different character right now, so that's what I'm doing. Anyways, what else to talk about? Okay, now that I think about it, like, okay, something to talk about that has nothing to do with, personal, like, well, not really personal, more like real life stuff, because I'm like, I do not want to talk about what's going on in the world. It's starting to get on my last nerves, so I'm like, in order to prevent it from getting on my last nerves, I won't talk about it. And also, I already talked about the movie. I was talking about. Oh yeah, I know it's like several minutes into the stream already, but like the movie I talked about is called Promare, and if no one has watched that and they love animated stuff, anime related things, I recommend that. And also, if it, I had a good time to point this out. If anyone has seen Kill la Kill, an anime like that I watched back, I don't know when I watched it. I think 2017. I don't know. Basically, if anyone has seen Kill la Kill, the people who animated that, the animation studio, Studio Trigger, they're the ones who animated that movie, Promare, so yeah, the art style may seem familiar if anyone watched that. So I did enjoy watching it. I know, like, there could be some things that people could point out, be like, it's not that great, kind of thing. Which I can understand, I mean. Well, for one thing, the movie's 2 hours, and there's only so much you can do for, like, a 2-hour movie, so... And also, you have to write a story to fit within 2 hours, so it kind of makes sense that some things could be like, could be like that. But to be fair, as anyone knows, like, making video games, making movies, etc., like, it is not easy. I mean, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say include anime, but I pretty much said everything else, so yeah. It's not easy, because you have to plan the story, plan how you want it to be paced. You don't want to drag it on too long. You have to get it just right. And that's what I'm doing for my series. I haven't started the bulk of it, but I'm trying to write the backstories, like have the characters talk about their lives. And the hardest part about it is that I have to make sure it's paced well. Because if it's like going ahead of its time too quickly, it wouldn't look good. So I'm trying my best to make it like as good as possible to get decent decent feedback. Of course, I haven't really shared anything related to my series to anyone. Well, other than my friend, but she's okay. She's an exception because I'm not gonna reveal it yet, publicly. And, okay, let's get these quests. Okay, let's go get the buffs. Why can't I get the... There we go. Anyways, what am I thinking about? Alright, I forgot I have all these skills. Okay, I just suddenly forgot what I was talking about. Okay, now I just stopped talking altogether. I'm just talking about Sunny, and now I completely forgot because I just spaced out. I was talking about movies and stuff. I was talking about, like... Yeah, like... Oh, yeah, I was talking about storytelling. So, like, yeah, like, how, like, when you're writing a story, you have to be very... You have to figure out how to put it together because... Like, otherwise it wouldn't look too good. And... It, like, either it's, like, too... It either feels dragged out or it's, like... You know, like, there's something wrong. A good example of something that feels dragged out... Actually, not really dragged out, but more like... It could have gone better was, like... You know, like one of the recent games. Last of Us 2? Although, not really recent. It's a month old now, the game. Since it came out. But, like, that game... The story's not bad, in my opinion. However, the one issue I have was how they paced it. Like, without saying spoilers, basically, you have two... Like, without describing the spoilers, I mean. Like, you have two characters that are controllable. And here's the thing. Basically, yeah, you switch between them, like, early on. It's like, oh, that's normal. That makes sense for it to happen like that. However, like, and then, okay, you switch between these two characters a little frequently in the beginning, but then after a certain point early on, you are stuck playing as one of them, which is, okay, that's something. However, after a while, they decided to, like, oh, let's switch perspective and reset, like, how this all happened on the side. And how I see it is that, and, well, basically, it's like restarting time. It's like, okay, here's what happened here. And what I didn't like about that is how they did it. Like, because how they did it was, okay, you're gonna be playing this entire thing as this person for who knows how many hours. And then all of a sudden, you're switching to another character, redoing all that for, like, from a different perspective. Which I don't like, because it's like, it makes it feel dragged out. Like, it makes that part of the game feel so dragged. However, if they... I don't know the reason. I don't know if they said it yet. Like, why did they pace it out like that? I hope it has been said. Because from how I see it, it was like... It felt dragged out. But... And how I thought about it is that if they, if they had done it like, okay, maybe do this entire part of the story, like, we see a portion of one character's story, and then we reset the day of another character, like, their portion of what happened, like, okay, how do I put this better? Basically, how I thought would have been better, like, with that, like, whole part was, you have it all happen, yes, like, however, it stops right there. Like, well, not right there. I mean, there are flashbacks, but it's like, I guess it could be like... Okay, I went back for no reason. Anyways, how I thought about it is that they could have done it like this, like, okay, there are flashbacks in it, I don't think that's a spoiler, as long as they don't say what they are. Like, you have flashbacks. Basically, my opinion of how it could have been done better is, they could have, like, you have this whole section of you play the character, and then you have the flashback. Like, you have the flashback, and then after that flashback, you switch to this other character, like, meanwhile, back on this particular point in time, like, here's how these events happen, and then their flashback, and then vice versa. It keeps going. Like, that's what that for me, like, thinking about it is like, I feel like that could have been like done like that instead of what we got, because it made that section feel dragged out, like forcing fans to be like, oh, I want to go back to this character, you know, like there's that sort of like, it's like that dragged out feeling where it's like, and that's what I've seen, and I agree that like, yeah, it could have been done like this instead. But of course, I bet that they have the reasons, but you know, I actually don't know what the reason is. I kind of don't recommend saying it in chat unless it is like not spoiler related, because I do want to keep a spoiler-free chat about stuff. Oh, I just realized I haven't done this yet. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I don't need that. Okay, I did that quickly. Because I'm realizing that I haven't gotten those things yet, so... But yeah, as I said, it's like, I feel like how I describe, like, how what could have, like, been done a little better, like... I felt like what I said would, yeah. I feel like if it was done like that, it would have been better. And I know it would make the guilt, like, worse, because it's like, now you know, like, it's like, you see these events happen, and then you see all these happen, and you're like, oh no. But it's like, I feel like it could have been done better that way, because it's like that immediate bam, like, you know? I don't know how to put it, but yeah. Of course, that's just what I think. I think some people could agree, like, some things could have been better placed. Like, overall, it's pretty decent of a story, but if it was like the placement was a little more different, it would make things more impactful that way, and not feel dragged out half the time. Like, or not really half the time, more like dragged out in some places where it's like, you're like, oh no, I want to go back to this. Why you do this? Because it feels like a roller coaster was stopped. It feels like someone stopped the roller coaster and you're like forced into this... You're forced into this state of... Forced into this limbo where it's like, it doesn't make sense at all. Like, I mean, like the feelings, like you're not sure what to feel because you were on this crazy ride and then you suddenly stopped and then it just freezes. Also, I kind of don't understand why there has to be a somewhat explicit scene in the game. It's like, is that even like allowed? I mean, like it is pretty censored, but it's like, is that even allowed to be seen? Like considering, you know, there's Twitch streamers and all that. I don't know. It's like there's like one part where it's like, I feel like that should be censored a little more. Cause, I mean, of course there are people who could edit it out or something if it gets too much, but yeah. I don't know, I'm just mumbling because it's like, for some games where it's like, if it shows way too much, it's like, Why? Guys, I wouldn't get it because I'm an innocent little bean, so... Naturally, I wouldn't get it because I'm really innocent. But yeah, yeah, to put it bluntly, I am very innocent. Like, as I said earlier in the stream, there was like, you know, like the movie I talked about. I already said the name, I'm not saying it again. When I was on Tumblr, I saw people comment on, like, how one part of the thing was, like, animated, and it's like, to the point where it's like, the animators did this on purpose, kind of thing, was what people said. Obviously, I didn't notice when I watched the movie, because why would I pay attention to that? And two, even if I did, I probably wouldn't notice, like, the meaning of it, because I'm that innocent. And also, sometimes it makes me wonder why, back in middle school, some people had dirty thoughts. Oh yeah, that's a whole nother story. I guess I can explain a bit. So basically, I think a lot of people have experienced this in their middle school days. And if people don't know what middle school in the States is basically like the middle ground between elementary and high school. And basically, in other places, it could be called junior high. But anyways, I'm derailing, but a bit. And basically, middle school in the States is basically for kids on average between ages 11 to 14. Basically, it's on average. I'm not saying that is the exact age. But anyways, like, middle school, it wasn't until, like, 8th grade when people had, like, I know it's also a time where, like, we all go through puberty and we're all, like, you know, changing, adolescence. The dreaded point of time. But about it, it's, for some reason, in 8th grade, for middle school in the States, by the way, because, you know, it's different depending on the country, a little. For some, like, I've encountered a lot of people who are, like, we're, like, 13, 14, and it's like, there are people who are okay with kissing, and I'm like, why? Because it's like, why would you think about all this stuff at, like, I had like the most, like, sense of, yeah, I don't care about this, like, at that age. But, well, also my friends as well, because not all of us are, like, into, like, dating stuff at that age, anyway. And, anyways, the point being, basically, in middle school, I mean, it makes sense that we've learned about, you know, certain things, because, you know, growing up and stuff, but it's like, but there's also, like, I've encountered, I don't remember names anymore, but I do remember that there were these people, other students, classmates, where, I will say they have the dirtiest minds in that entire school. And they always like to bother me. And of course, I'm smart enough to ignore them, but of course there are times where I'm like, will they shush? Because it's like, to the point of like, I don't care. Why do you guys keep wanting to bother me? And also, like the typical kid things where it's like, they're all stereotypical and it's like, all like, why y'all like this? Basically, at least as early as middle school, I was like, I hate stereotypes so much. But anyways, like, they have like the dirtiest minds. They keep, for some reason, even when I'm not like trying to talk to them at all, like, I don't even attempt. Like, they always try to ask me something so inappropriate, and I'm like, why? Like, when I think back on it, I'm constantly like, why are kids like? I mean, I don't know about kids these days, but like back then. But this is only like early 2010s. Because I was in high school for like roughly early to mid 2010s. So speaking of which, I graduated 4 years ago, if anyone wanted to know. Anyways, the point being, like these kids, like, well, obviously they're not kids anymore. We're all grown up now, but back then, like, thinking about it, it's like, in the mind of a kid, it's like, who would think asking such inappropriate questions was normal? Like, why would you ask those things? Why would they even ask those things to someone? Actually, why would a 13-year-old ask another 13-year-old? Well, 13 pretty, it doesn't matter. Like, those bad questions. Why? Like, it makes me wonder, like, what goes on in someone's mind to think saying something that inappropriate is a good idea? And I could rant about this all day, because those are like the most inappropriate, like, basically it's like this, like, the most, like, I've never met anyone who at that age would say something so dirty. And it's like, why? It's, like, thinking back on it, I'm like, I am so glad I have completely distanced myself from those people, because they are an extremely bad influence. And thankfully, in terms of, like, oh yeah, and also back then we all had like Facebook and as well. I used to have Facebook, but I shut it down because I really don't use it anymore, and it's gotten dumb. So I'm like, yeah, who cares about this? I like Twitter more. And they tried to add me on Facebook. I obviously declined their friend request, and like made sure they never like are on there. You know, now that you think about it, I do kind of wonder. It's like, are those people back from middle school like still watch me? Because they kind of see my stuff, and of course they're like, oh gosh, why you make these videos? It's like, I don't care what you say, go away. Basically, I was that brave child who like didn't care. Like, I mean, I still kind of care what people say about me, but I'm like, but it's like, for these people, it's like they don't understand how great, like, it's like those people who would probably not like anime, so it's like anything anime related would just jump over their heads, because yeah. Like, anything anime related, anything video game related, they would not understand, like, at all. So it's like, they can just say those things at all, like, FYI, this is all when we were, like, kids, by the way. But yeah, I didn't care what they said. I was my own person. I was like, I don't care if you don't like this. It's my stuff. I love these games. I love playing them. You can't change my mind. And of course, it was also around the time I had, you know, YouTube back then as well. So, yeah. of course, it's, you know, it's kind of normal. It's just kids being kids, back then. And also to the point where I'm like, I don't like these kids. Oops. Oh, I forgot about the check-in. Yeah. I guess to an extent I could keep talking about it all day, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to bring back all those bad memories anyway. So. Yeah, I really don't like people like that these days. Where it's like they bug you so much and then start asking something dirty. It's like, to be fair, now they obviously by the present, if anyone. Oh yeah, but I forgot to mention, other people who ask me such things, they're other girls, by the way. To kind of point out, they're other girls. So if people are asking, like, what kind of people are asking you these questions? Like 14-year-old girls. Girls that age are asking me such annoying things. And also, it's like, these are coming from people I haven't seen since elementary school, too. And it's like, I have never been your friend, and you're asking me such things that I have no interest in even thinking about at the age of 13. No, not anything, but I am curious on if they are still watching me. If they even are. Hopefully they're not, because I completely ignored them in high school. To the point that I'm like, they don't even, like, concern me. I'm just like thinking back on a lot of things. I'm like, I'm so glad I don't care about these kind of people anymore. Anyways, okay, what else? Let's get away from that topic. Okay, anyways. I'm being distracted because there's this, like, lawn mowing outside, and it's so annoying. Anyways. I guess one more thing I could add about, like, you know, what I talk about is, like, I'm so glad, like, I don't associate with those people. Like, they clearly are people who probably will never understand anime. And also, like, middle school was when I got into, like, a lot of anime stuff. Because like, halfway through, I discovered Vocaloid and have loved, like, Vocaloid-related things since. Of course, there are times where I kind of, like, think away from it and just, like, okay, that's enough thinking about it, and then I go back to it. It's kind of like a cycle. And now I'm mostly back into it because I play a lot of the rhythm games, so. I wish the noise outside my house would stop. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna deviate from that now. Anyways, what else to talk about? Noise outside my house is so distracting. Okay, that's done. Oh, also this quest is done too. I did all the demon-related quests already, so there's not really anything to do. It's interesting on the demon story here, like, a lot of the demons are all labeled as question marks. Which is really interesting. Like, also the logic of the characters is like, you're not gonna live long enough to have this question answered, so we're not gonna tell you, and it's like, wow. Because this is now a game where you could pretty much defeat enemies so easily. Well, not all enemies. There's, yeah, the bosses. They're pretty tough. Okay, now I'm trying to think of something else. Okay, what else is going on that I want to talk about? Oh my god. I want to talk more about, like, the movie I watched, but I'm like, I already said all I can. And also, I don't want to keep saying stuff because, you know, spoilers. So... So, like, now that I think about it, like, okay, again, real life related things is like, no, not recent events, to point out. It's more like, just like, why are kids like this? Like, have these, like, dirty thoughts, like, as so young. It's like, even, like, one of the games I played pointed out so well too. It's like, this like girl is like, it's like all the kids in my class. It's a character in the video game, but it's like the character was like, all the kids in my class talk about who's gonna kiss, like who wants to kiss who, and I'm like, it's like it reaches out into real life so well because it's like that was basically middle school for me. It's like, why are these kids? I was like the only, well, I wasn't the only sane one. My own friends were the same way, but like we were all like, why are all these people thinking about kissing? Because it's like, we're all like 12, 13. Why? No one cares. Seriously, I even remember saying like, it's like, I remember I had a crush on someone and like, this one person, like acquaintance of a friend, was like, mentioned kissing, and I'm like, ew, no, we're too young. And they said, no, you're not. No, we're not. We're not too young. I'm like, yes. Like, thinking back on that, I made the correct answer. Of course, we are too young. No 13-year-old is gonna kiss another. Like, what kind of 13-year-old would want to kiss another human being at that age? I mean, I am curious on if anyone thinks that way, but it's like... And also, I was a smart person. Because, you know, sometimes people who make those comments kind of are like, you're the one who most likely wants to, you know what, at, like, basically 16. Like, way before it's even, like, okay and allowed kind of thing. I don't want to say it. You know, this is an interesting topic to talk about, but it's also like, I don't want to think about it so much because it's like, so. Basically, in short, outside of making great friends, middle school was not my favorite. Just because of the random people who like to have those dirty thoughts in their head at age 13. But yeah, but still. Middle school is also where I met my best friend, and we're still friends and really close like that now. And of course, this whole situation, I don't know if it's okay for us to hang out, because I'm like, I really want to hang out with her again. But it's also like, we're still trying to social distance, so I'm like, I don't know if it's completely okay or not. I hope it is, because I have a present that I was meaning to give to her for like 3 months now. I know I can mail it to her, but I really want to hang out in person as well. I want to talk about all these things in this anime. I mean, it's not an anime. Well, actually there is an anime I want to talk about, but I was just thinking about the movie just now, so. Oh yeah, speaking of anime, I watched episode 10 of the Hanako-kun anime. I'm watching the dub because I'm just waiting for all the dub episodes to finish. And a good portion of that episode was the characters being so mean, calling her legs. Like, basically there's a character who is very insecure about her legs because they're, didn't want to have people call her a daikon. And I'm like, oh no! This entire episode really emphasizes it, and I'm like, oh no, this poor girl. I just wanted to hug her. I'm like, oh, this poor girl. It's like, has to deal with all this, all the people. Yeah. Yeah, I really like that series. I really want to read its manga soon, but I haven't, so. But yeah, I really want to read it. I really want to read the manga soon. And it's so cute of a series. I love it. I remember, like, I've seen a lot of posts about it, but of course, at first, like, I didn't get into it because I was like, I don't know 100% if I want to get into it. But of course, when I saw it, it had a really cute art style. It was strangely, oddly adorable. And I was like, you know what? I'll watch the first episode and see what I think. I watched the first episode. And it was, like, it was my favorite. It was immediately my, like, one of my new favorite animes right off the bat. Because it was just, it had a good charm to it. It had that charm to it that I'm just like, I love this. I love this series so much. I still love the first episode. I think if anyone sees it, they would immediately know anyway. But like, basically, the girl ends up turning into a fish. And the part that the part around that when like she sees herself in the mirror as a fish was like the greatest. Cause you have Hanako-kun like I was like, I got to you just in time because you know, being a fish, you need water, and the girl, her name's Nene, and then she looks at herself in the mirror and is like, I don't know, that whole scene a little bit was really amusing because it's like, just like screams. Just the way it's animated was amazing, is what I'm saying. And but basically a lot of points in that first episode was like amazing, like an amazing way to start a series. Also, I kind of wonder why. Okay, now I'm also wondering why this is. Hey, do I have a teleporting? Okay, no. I don't have a teleporting thing, so we had to awkwardly teleport here. Which is the easier way to teleport? But anyways, as I was saying, like, that, like, first episode was, like, an amazing way to start a series. And, of course, on the same day I watched that episode, I also watched episode 2. Then I stopped, and then the next day I watched the 6 episodes that were available in the dub. And then you have the whole situation where things went on lockdown, and, yeah, episode 9 of the dub didn't come out until 3 months later. It's understandable, because, you know, things happen, the situation. But yeah, I had to wait that long to watch more of the episodes. I know people be like, why don't you just watch the sub version instead? I'm like, I don't watch subtitles. If a dub's available, I'm going to watch it. I'm never going to watch subs. I'll wait as long as it takes to watch more dub episodes. Yeah, and also recently episode 10 was up, and as of the time I'm streaming this, the next episode should be up in 2 days. So, yeah. suggested I could talk about the anime, manga about a bit. Yeah, I don't want to say too much. I just, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, or the manga, I recommend. I just realized I never really said a name. Well, it's because I don't like saying the first word in it, because it's like, I don't like saying that word, just because. I got my back. Okay, anyways, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Well, there's one thing I think about. Wondering why some of the earlier classes in Maplestory, their voice actors have not been confirmed. I mean, some of them are, but it's like not all of them, which sucks. So I'm curious about the other voice actors, and we don't have anything yet. And again, I'm saying this on the perspective of what about the other characters? Like, cause you know, like you know how Luminous, Kaiser, you know, like they have voices, but we don't know their voice actor. Actually, no, we know Luminous's. Only the male voice. Actually, no, we know both. Never mind. I'm trying to say, you know, there are some voice actors in Maplestory that have not been confirmed yet, and I'm like, can we like ever get confirmation? I feel like we're not, but yeah. Gosh, I want to change the damage skin so badly. Okay, I'm trying to think about something and my mind is like blanking out so many times. Oh god, my legs. Wait, why did I use it? Never mind. Doesn't matter. Anyways, got my legs feel paralyzed because I keep sitting on them. Oh, that's already done. The quest, I mean. Oh yeah, something I didn't mention. So yeah, Origami King, Paper Mario the Origami King. I don't know why it's called that and not Paper Mario and the Origami King, but whatever. So yeah, that game came out back on Friday. I didn't even mention it during my Friday stream, which should be uploaded soon on YouTube. I keep forgetting to upload it, so that will happen soon. I've seen portions of it. I haven't seen the entire game yet. I don't have the money for the game yet, so I have to deal with watching people play it. I know people say things, but in my opinion, I feel like it at least it's at least better than Sticker Star. I wouldn't say it's on the same scale as, like, obviously the popular ones, the original trilogy. But it's at least better than Sticker Star and I guess also Color Splash. I don't know, I don't remember Color Splash, but probably it was... I don't think I enjoyed it. Otherwise, I remember it. Yeah. And my thoughts on Sticker Star? The worst game. The worst one. I do not like it. I never played it. I watched a playthrough of it, and it was really bad. Like, I did not like it in the slightest. And yeah. Oh yeah, and if anyone wants to know, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I have played Thousand Year Door, though I never finished the final boss. I pretty much watch playthroughs on YouTube after that, and I've always enjoyed it. And I played Super Paper Mario, which I did beat. I know people said it was pretty easy. It was actually pretty challenging for me, but it was pretty fun. I love the story too. And I actually beat that game. I already explained the story of how I defeated the final boss, so I'm not gonna explain it again. The reason I did is because it was the most ridiculous way I ever defeated a boss in a game. It was so fast that I was so surprised and laughing because of it, because it was so ridiculous. Like how I beat the boss, so... Anyways. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Origami King yet, but I do enjoy him more than the previous games. I mean, there's still generic toads, which I don't like, but it's done a little better. Like, they at least did a little, some things different with the toads. But it can't be helped that it's still pretty much identical for the most part. At least they try to make it a tiny bit different. But I do miss how Toads looked in the first two Paper Marios. sucks. Anyways. Oh yeah, and also speaking of Paper Mario, for the game Super Paper Mario, I really want to play that again. I have the game with me because, you know, I owned the game. How I played Thousand Year Door, a family friend of mine had the game, and whenever I visited back then, I always played the game. So that's how I played the game. I don't know how much progress I made. I think I made pretty decent progress. But of course, I really do wish I could play the game myself because I really want to do a lot of things in it, so. But you know, it's kind of impossible, you know, because I don't own the game. Get these potions. Wait. Actually, no. Let's do that later. I was gonna get a damage skin, but I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. Okay. Oh, right. God. Demon Force has to be obtained by regular attacking enemies. Also, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, I really want to look into the soundtrack of the movie I watched recently. Because I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, I forgot that the soundtrack is so good, I want to find it. I obviously haven't found it yet. So I gotta look that up at some point. Okay, one more quest and I'll stop for today. And oh yeah, something about the schedule. I am going to play more Maplestory this week, so ESO will be on Friday. And oh yeah, and also soon enough, I have to talk about my new schedule. At the moment, not right now, because I need to figure out classes. I'm taking online classes again in the fall, so that means streaming schedule is gonna change yet again. But it's not gonna be like on Tuesdays, Thursdays anymore. It'll probably be like a Monday, Friday thing. Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh no, I'm not getting EXP. Yeah, now that I think about it, I think I exhausted all things I want to talk about today. I mostly want to talk about these things on my Maplestory streams because for some reason, no one wants to watch, like, my ESO streams. I mean, I kind of get it, but it's also like, I'm just surprised that my Maplestory streams are more popular a bit. Probably because there are not that many people who, you know, play Maplestory. Also, when I meant, like, not many people play Maplestory, I think I mean, like, not many people who stream the game. I think. Now that I think about it, well, I don't really see that many people stream Maplestory anyway. Of course, I don't think many people stream Scania, playing on the Scania server of Global Maplestory. And, yeah. Of course, I don't play Barra or Reboot. I mean, I do play Reboot, but the server's so crowded at this point that I'm like, I don't want to, so. And also, I've been playing Scania for, like, since, for a long time, basically. Anyways, yeah. I played Maplestory for a long time to the point that Scania has always been the server I'm on. I will never switch from it because, you know, the obvious reasons. Also, I have 47 characters on here. Do I look like I have the time to recreate and level a total of 47 characters? I mean, I already created some characters on Reboot, but it's like, I don't have that much dedication, you know? Okay, this random thing. Oops. That didn't do much at all. I'm trying to see if I could get another elite monster spawned first. Because I have the surprise mission and I want to get that. But still, I can't get over like what I learned yesterday. It's like 300 characters this voice actor played. It still surprises me. Because that's a lot of characters. I know it's like, that's like at least like 2 decades of work, but that's a lot. That's a lot. Can I get a spawn? Okay, this is gonna be a little boring because I'm trying to spawn an enemy on purpose. Okay. Did the game just lag? I think it did. Because that didn't look normal. At all. Surprise mission thing. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop it here. I'm just gonna ignore this mission. Okay, first, let's go turn in quest items. What's here? Ready the advanced nights. Either. Anyways, I'm gonna end off the stream here. I'm getting a little tired and quiet, and at this point it's just me grinding for like several minutes. So yeah. Of course, Maplestory going through a new update tomorrow, which I won't stream until Thursday. I'll move the ESO stream to Friday. I don't feel like doing an art stream recently, so yeah, things will be changed around. Although I'll say in a little less than 2 weeks, I will be doing an art stream on an unusual day because new manga chapter of my favorite series. I'm a little nervous as to what's gonna happen considering what happened in these recent chapters. That every new chapter now has been making me more and more nervous. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna happen. What else? Yeah, so more Maplestory on Thursday. Actually, now that I think about it, it really depends on maintenance because often after a big update, Maplestory goes on several maintenances. So, who knows? Who knows? And, I think that's mostly it. So, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all in the next stream.